There is a night in Odisha when the lights go out, not just in a temple, not just in a city, but in the hearts of millions who wait in silence. No cameras are allowed, no photographs exist, no outsider is permitted to witness what happens. And yet, for centuries, a sacred ritual has continued behind the closed doors. A ritual so mysterious that even many devotees of Lord Jagannath do not fully understand it. Imagine this. One day the gods themselves decide to leave their bodies, not symbolically, not spiritually, literally, and then they are reborn. This is the story of Nabakalebara, a word that comes from Odia terms. Naba means new and Kalebara meaning body. Together they mean the changing of the body. But why does Lord Jagannath need a new body? What happens during those sacred midnight hours inside the temple? And what is the mysterious object that is transferred from one idol to another in complete darkness? To understand this mystery, we must travel back hundreds of years to the sacred land of Sriketra, to Puri, and a belief unlike anything found anywhere else in this world. Most temples worship stone idols. They remain unchanged for centuries. They do not age. They do not decay. They do not die. But Lord Jagannath is different. The deities of Jagannath, Balabhadra, Subhadra and Sudarshana are carved from sacred neem wood. Wood breathes, wood ages, wood slowly returns to the nature. And perhaps that is the first clue to this mystery. In Odisha, Jagannath is not worshipped as a distant god. He is treated as family. He falls ill, he rests, he eats, he travels, and eventually his body grows old. Ancient traditions tell us something remarkable. When certain astronomical conditions align, the deities must receive new bodies. This rare event is known as Nabakalebara. Sometimes it happens after 12 years, sometimes after 19. The timing depends upon a special occurrence in the Hindu lunar calendar. For devotees, this is not merely the replacement of wooden idols. It is the cycle of life itself: birth, growth, death and rebirth. A reminder that even the divine accepts change. But before new bodies can be created, a sacred search must begin. A search that feels more like a treasure hunt from an ancient legend than a religious ceremony. Because somewhere in Odisha, 4 extraordinary trees are waiting, and not just any trees, trees chosen by destiny. Months before Nabakalebara begins, a special group leaves Puri. They are known as the Daitapatis, the traditional servitors of Lord Jagannath. For generations, they have carried one responsibility: to perform the most sacred duty connected to the Lord. Their mission is simple to describe, but almost impossible to accomplish. They must find 4 sacred neem trees, known in Odia as Daru, one for Jagannath, one for Balabhadra, one for Subhadra, and one for Sudarshana. But these are not ordinary trees. Each one must possess extraordinary signs. The tree must stand near specific natural landmarks. It must bear sacred markings: a chakra, a conch, a mace, or a lotus. There must be no bird nest, no visible disease, no damage. The search follows ancient instructions preserved for centuries. As villagers learn that the sacred expeditions has arrived, excitement spreads. Crowds gather, prayers begin, and people whisper the same question that has echoed across generations. Could this be the chosen tree? by Jagannath himself. When a sacred Daru is finally identified, everything changes. What was once an ordinary village tree becomes the center of devotion. The tree is worshipped, honored, and prepared for a journey unlike any other, because soon it will become the body of a god. But the greatest mystery of Nabakalebara is still hidden, not in the forest, not in the temple, but inside a secret ritual performed in complete darkness, a ritual that very few people have ever witnessed, and those who have rarely speak about it, because what happens next is known as Brahma Parivartan, the transfer of divine essence. As the new wooden deities take shape, anticipation spreads across Odisha. But everyone knows the most important moment is yet to come. A ritual surrounded by secrecy. A ritual known as Brahma Parivartan, the transfer of the divine essence. What exactly is transferred? Nobody outside a small group truly knows, and perhaps that mystery is intentional. On the appointed night, the atmosphere inside Puri changes. The temple doors are closed. The rituals begin according to tradition. Even the lamps are extinguished. Darkness fills the sacred space. Only a select group of Daitapati Servitors may enter, and even they follow extraordinary rules. Many accounts describe their eyes being covered, or rituals performed under conditions where the sacred object cannot be directly seen. For generations, stories have circulated about this mysterious transfer. Some believe it concerns an ancient relic. Others believe it is a spiritual essence beyond physical description. Many devotees simply call it Brahma, the eternal presence residing within Lord Jagannath. No official explanation has ever fully revealed its nature, and that is why the mystery survives years after years, generations after generations, in an age where almost everything is photographed, recorded, and shared online. This sacred movement remains hidden, perhaps one of the last great mysteries of living faith. As midnight passes, the transfer is completed. The new bodies are no longer just carved wood. For devotees, Lord Jagannath has returned, but another emotional chapter now begins, because the old bodies must be laid to rest. Few people outside Odisha know this. Nabakalebara is not only a celebration, it is also a farewell. The old deities are treated with profound respect. Just as a family mourns the passing of a loved one, special rituals are performed. The old wooden forms are carried to a sacred area known as Koili Baikuntha. Located within the temple complex, this sacred space becomes the resting place of the previous deities. There they are buried according to ancient traditions. For the Daitapati Servitors, this period is deeply emotional. Traditionally, they observe rituals similar to mourning, because in their eyes the Lord's old body has completed its earthly journey. This is one of the most remarkable aspects of Jagannath culture. The divine is not distant. The divine participates in the same cycle experienced by humanity: birth, growth, aging, departure, and renewal. For a moment, celebration gives way to reflection, and reflection gives way to hope, because a new dawn is approaching. Weeks of preparation have led to this moment. The newly consecrated deities are finally ready. Their forms are painted, their sacred features revealed, and once again devotees gather in overwhelming numbers, may have waited years to witness this rare event. Some travel across India, others journey from distant countries, all for a glimpse of the newly manifested Lord Jagannath. As the curtains open and the first darshan begins, emotions overflow. Tears, prayers, gratitude for believers. This is not merely the unveiling of new idols, it is the return of a beloved presence, a reminder that although forms may change, the essence remains eternal, and perhaps that is the deepest message hidden within Nabakalebara. In a world obsessed with permanence, Nabakalebara teaches something different. Everything changes, body change, circumstances change, generations change, even the sacred wooden form of Lord Jagannath changes. Yet something endures, something beyond form, something beyond time. This is why millions continue to be fascinated by this ancient ritual. Not because every mystery has been explained, but because some mysteries invite us to reflect on our own lives. Perhaps that is the true meaning of Nabakalebara. Not merely the changing of a body, but reminder that renewal is possible. Again and again and again, the next time you hear the word Nabakalebara, remember, you are not simply hearing the story of a festival. You are hearing one of humanity's oldest ideas, that endings are not always endings. Sometimes they are beginnings.